Well, Ollie, what do you make of that?
There's no guarantees in football, that's for sure. Well, I thought we played well. I thought we played really well, especially second half. I thought we dominated, didn't really give any chances away, just didn't have the ball to fall correctly for us second half. In the chances, the big moments we had some decent chances, but unfortunately we couldn't take them.
Did you feel that perhaps Leeds weren't at their best today and it was 2 points dropped?
You know, when two teams meet, you create problems, you solve problems, the opposition gives you things to think about, and I think also we made them adjust to us, and of course we have to adjust to them because they are a unique team, but I thought we did that really well. It's just, you cannot... we put a really big shift down and they worked hard, and second half I've seen Leeds so many times run over teams second half, and I thought it was quite the opposite second half for us.
How much did they stifle your creativity? You know how they mark.
No, they are good at it, and of course it's a chance for every player to work his one against one himself, and seriously I thought up until the last 18 metres or yards, that's where it stopped. The quality or the decision let us down just in the last moment.
Of course, that means your winning run comes to an end at the start of this hugely important next 3 games, as you said before the game. But you don't feel you're going to lose momentum from today?
No, you don't lose. No, I'm. Of course, we're disappointed that we don't get 3 points. But I think the boys, they know they've put a shift down. They really have a lot of respect for the way Leeds play, and we know the results they've had lately. So this is not going to be something that we look back and derailing our season. Definitely not.
No. Lastly, Ollie, obviously you've been preparing for today's game. I'm not sure if you're aware that all Premier League clubs next weekend are taking part in a social media blackout for 3 days to try and stop online abuse. How much do you think that is needed right now?
There's no doubt it's needed. It's needed that action is taken and that it stops, full stop. Of course, we want to play our part, and this is our part to play, and hopefully this will be the end of it. We've been working with this for years and years, and it's still happening. So with the social media companies, hopefully we can get an end to it.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you haven't heard, there's going to be a social media boycott held by all 20 Premier League clubs. That's from this coming Friday through till Monday, and that's going to be across all their social media channels, be it Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, just in objection to the torrent of online racial abuse that many players and managers have been receiving in recent times. Just a bit more on what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had to say there. What did you think about his game management today? The fact that he waited until 75 minutes to make his first change when he brought on Paul Pogba.
Yeah, do you know what? I get the impression he's a little bit happy with that draw as well.
Should he be?
I don't think he should be, no. Not against the Leeds team without probably the best player in Rafinha. I think United should be... Look, if it's this time next year, United are going close for the league, it should be used as practice for a run-in where there's big pressure on. You need to go to these places and win games. They should be trying to take Manchester City all the way, as far as they possibly can now, to winning that title, to put pressure on them. And as I say, use it as practice. Use it as pressure to win those big games. So when the running comes next season, and they are a little bit closer, going there and a performance like that, it won't be acceptable.
But, Paul, forget about next season. What about the next 3 games? Roma, Liverpool, Roma. The nature of that performance today, I mean, should that be of concern to Solskjaer as to how low-key it was, considering the magnitude of what lies ahead?
I don't think so. And again, I go back to what I said earlier. I know we were speaking how big this, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been speaking how big the next 4 games are, Leeds included. There's 2 of the games that are big for rivalry, for, you know, bragging rights, etc. But they're not big in terms of league position now. I think they're pretty much set in stone. They're going to come second. It's a big couple of games in the Europa League because they can win a trophy. But in terms of their league position, the work is done, I feel. And, yeah, what Scholes said is important. You know, you can't go onto a pitch and not find something to be playing for, whether it's pride, whether it's to practice for next season, whether it's to get in a winning habit, whether it's confident, whatever it is. If he still thought he could be winning the league, well, he wouldn't have picked that team today. So, you know, I think he's probably saving one or two players for, you know, midweek in the Europa League. And, of course, there's other big games to come. But they remain now, I think, as I say, I keep going back to, I think they've almost done all their work now, and it's trying to win a trophy is probably, and tootle along in the league, you know, as I say, whether they win a couple, lose a couple, they're still going to finish second. But trying to win something, I'd say now, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's priority.
Yeah, I know exactly what you say, and you're right, I think the negative team. But you go back to the league before Liverpool won the league last year. The year before that, the way they took Manchester City all the way. I know United possibly can't do that with City, but at least take them as far as you can. Have the every intention of winning those last 5 games to make City, you might make them sweat a little bit if they drop points next week and the week after. Who knows? It can get a little bit close. But today, just a little bit disappointed for me. As Michael said, them 2 Roma games now are used. The league position's safe. That's done and dusted. They're going to be in the top 4. But they really need to win something now, and I think Ole will be desperate for that.
The quality in the final third is where it matters, and putting the ball in the back of the net, whether it's a set play from one of us or a moment of brilliance from our attacking plays. We just couldn't find that today, but I felt like we had control of the game without hurting them enough.
What was Marcus Rashford's free kick probably the closest you came?
I think that was close. I think Bruno probably had the best chance of the game in the second half. On another day, he puts that in the back of the net and we take all 3 points. But like I say, it was a tight, edgy game. We worked the right way defensively. We went about it the right way. We pressed them. We had a lot of control of the game without being clinical enough.
Big week coming up for Manchester United. What are your thoughts going into it?
Yeah, it's a big week. We need to improve on today for sure. We need to be more clinical in the final third. Obviously, Roma in the Europa League is going to be a tough tie, but one that we're looking forward to. And then Liverpool at Old Trafford. A big week. We got to go into it full of confidence and try and improve on what we've shown today.
Thanks, Harry.
Thank you.
So, Paul, what did we witness in the end today? Was it a case of defences being on top or attacks failing to click?
A little bit of both, I suppose. I think, like I said before, it wasn't something you really expect from Leeds. He almost tried to spoil the game, really, without having that adventure to go and actually create chances and make chances and score goals, which has been very unlike them. Are they getting tired? I don't know. They do put a lot of energy into it. We know that. From a United point of view, I think... Well, United tried. They tried more than I think Leeds did to win the game, which you'd expect. I was surprised Pogba didn't start the game, surprised Cavani didn't start the game. It took him a long time to bring him on as well. And chances were few and far between. This is probably the closest he came. Marcus with that dipping free kick, that technique. I think James there takes a really poor touch. If he takes a touch, with the speed of him, I don't think Ayling's getting anywhere near him. And you know, there were just disappointments all the time. I think this is the best chance. I think Bruno Fernandes, with his technique, he expects to at least hit the target. You know what? Not just to hit the target, he expects to score. And even this one with Mason Greenwood, the power he's got in his left foot as well, I expect him to make the keeper work at least a little bit harder.
Yeah, based on these chances, I think Manchester United definitely have the better of it. That's a huge chance. Daniel James is that quick. Well, you know, when you're so quick, it's hard to take a good touch because you're moving quick. I mean, the absolute utopia is to have a great touch and be quick, but obviously it makes it much harder. And it's almost like he needs to work on sometimes slowing down his play because he doesn't need pace there. He's moving on to something. The defence are already set. He almost needs to just chill out a little bit and concentrate on his touch. But there, Manchester United would certainly expect to score at least 1 or 2 from those chances. Leeds had a few chances themselves, not quite to that level. If anything, United shaded it. But, you know, I was disappointed with the team that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer picked, I think. I thought it was quite a negative team. You go into a team that you've already beaten 6-2 in the league. You don't really need 2 sitting midfielders. So I thought it was quite a negative statement to start with.
Talking of Leeds' chances, where should they have done better?
Well, creating chances would have been better. This is probably one of the better ones. And is it really? It's not. It's half a chance, I suppose. Takes a little deflection. Sometimes these do loop in over the goalkeeper. We do see that. But they play more counter. Look, I think this is a good chance as well. But I think it's just offside. If they had to go back, I think it'd be offside. Good bit of skill from Click. Very weak finish, Owen. I think Bielsa expected a bit more. And when And when you watch Leeds, you expect more these days. They've done that well this season, created a lot of chances, scored a lot of goals. But today, they were just... It seemed like they were... Which is just not like Bielsa and this Leeds team.
Yeah, you would have thought there would have been a lot of goals to talk about. In fact, one of the biggest talking points in the end was basically a half-hearted penalty appeal, wasn't it, against Luke Shaw?
Yeah.
Should this have been given or not?
I think it'll split a lot of people. I would say I'm probably a lenient person when it comes to handball. I hate seeing, you know, things given for handball all the time. I take Scholes' point. It's travelled a fair way, but Harry Maguire's lunged in front of it. Then you've got Bamford running across him. It's not like he's seen it the whole way. It has hit his arm, no denying it. Obviously, there's no intent there. I'd probably side on the side of no penalty, but I wouldn't have complained if it was a penalty, to be honest.
You're looking at me with that wry smile.
He's looking at me with it as well. He's obviously slightly disagrees with me.
Yeah, I do slightly disagree. I think it's a penalty. I think his arms...
Not slightly disagree, you do disagree.
Well, yeah. I totally disagree, yeah. Yeah, Lukaku's got plenty of time. He's seen the ball come. I know what Michael's saying. Bamford is just in front of him, flicking at it, but he's nowhere near it. He's got plenty of time to get his arm out of the way. And I just think he does nudge his arm. He knows exactly what he's doing. I think that's handball. And it prevents a clear chance for Elder Costa.
But when you say he knows exactly what he's doing...
Yeah.
What? I mean, he's not trying to handball it. He's not trying to handball it. Why would you try to handball it there?
So it stops Elder Costa on a free shot and goal.
OK.
He's saying he's trying to obstruct the ball, but it happens to hit his arm.
Staggered if he's trying to handball it, he'll just go like, I mean...
No, but, well, we say hand, it's your arm as well, isn't it? Arm ball.
It's your arm ball.
He has definitely done that, and he's let it touch his arm to prevent a chance.
I don't think he's... I think
if he pulls his arm out of the way, then...
Well, he is trying to pull his arm out of the way.
It's a clear chance for the lad.
It is. I'm not denying it's not a clear chance.
It hits his arm.
Yeah.
And he knows it's
But he's not trying to handball it.
He has done that a little bit, Michael. He has shoved his arm out a little bit.
OK. Manish will agree to disagree.
No. I'm sitting here just enjoying this. Paul?
I think it's on ball. Manish, there's not much more. Look, his arm is out.
There is the T-shirt line, and by the way, that is very, very close. But